Triple Ones today. It's January 11th. It's the real KNC, Ken Laird.
Chris Curtis.
We had a Trenni appearance on this Wednesday. I think I said Thursday yesterday on the show. Shame on me. Terrible ending to yesterday's podcast.
Shame.
That was the theme of the show today. I will say expectations for Trenni amongst the band of four, or as Kirk would like to be called, the band of one.
Band of one, me. The rest of you guys are sitting there just, Tomase rocks.
We're low. Expectations were pretty low on how Trenni would handle herself today. Well exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, I think that she took a more measured approach in what she was saying.
But I think that there has to be some acknowledgement that perception exists outside.
Is it right or
But it's
wrong?
not. I think
Is
it's
it
wrong.
right or wrong?
I think it's wrong.
But that's
So then call him out.
And I think she also backpedaled on Skip Gates a little bit.
Both were in the wrong.
She backpedaled on the sort of entire city is racist, every city is racist.
I can't believe that what you took away from that is that I also think the city is inherently racist. I don't think that. I love Boston.
She even had some criticism for Bomani, for other ESPN personalities, as much as the clips that we were playing from the weekend where Trenni was saying it's counterproductive.
I just think it's counterproductive.
They don't owe you anything. She kind of did come around to she would like to see some of these people stand up for what they had to say.
You don't want to call him out. You don't want to.
Did I say that? Am I not saying that I think right now that he is wrong?
Yeah, I got a little bit of the Holly Crossfire
Fake news segment that Curtis pulled out for him.
from Trenni saying that I had edited cuts.
And Curtis, shame on you, finger wag.
Shame.
Michael Hawley in this morning.
Low-hanging Curtis, typical.
Pivot, look at Curtis, make a comment, move on.
I didn't think she had that move in her repertoire, but she has apparently watched Mutt from the sideline enough.
That was a great pivot.
I mean, who knew? I mean, maybe she got the film of Mutt from Tomase.
Welcome back, Curtis! Yes!
That's a Mutt trademark. I'm not sure Mutt does it as much anymore because he's become a fan of this podcast. Maybe he's gained some respect for you, Curtis.
His godfather.
Really.
But that was a typical Mutt move in the beginning. Signs of trouble. Low-hanging Curtis.
Low-hanging fruit.
Well, the first month I was back, I mean, it was a piñata. It was,
of course.
And I deserved it. I sucked.
Fresh fish.
Where's fish? Where's fish?
Whenever there was the water temperature got, anywhere near 80 degrees, it was, look at Curtis. Did Ortiz use steroids? Curtis is back. What happened to the weight?
I want my mother.
Did Ortiz use steroids? What a moron he is. That was.
I think he did. Now, you're not going to get me into this.
Hawley went there quickly.
Oh, yeah.
When he was,
Hawley is challenged by the king of all media in this town.
Kirk ripped his nuts off.
Fuck. Don't do your fake laugh with those two other idiots. Apologize to me. You keep your job. Stupid.
Took his nuts, put him in a jar, as Mutt would say.
Hefty nutsack.
And he comes back at Chris Curtis. And then today, Trenni is, sort of caught in her own words, and she says that they were placed in that order by me and that she didn't really say that or whatever was her point. But
yeah, she even spun the whole way around to try to look at you. I found that entertaining.
Well, she does that. She does like eye contact.
Yeah,
I prefer it with the glasses on, Tren.
She pulls off the glasses like, look at her. She looks
You
good
like
with the
that
glasses.
look, huh?
Yeah.
But, we'll keep it the way it is.
You and Trenni okay? Did you guys speak after the show?
Oh,
or?
I love Trenni. We're fine.
I love lamp.
Trenni, this is the biggest takeaway today. And
She's great.
Oh, he's great.
We had said this before the show. Biggest balls at Comcast, not even a close second. And she came in prepared. She knew what she was doing.
I think Kirk was ready to fight. Jerry was sort of, not on Trenni's side, but I'm not sure he wanted to really roast her today. And Trenni was ready to fight Jerry.
But I actually thought Kirk was pretty fair.
Yeah, I was pretty measured, as usual, per usual. And do you think Jerry was fair?
No, not at all.
Jerry mentioned this on the air, that before the show, he came in the control room right before the open started. And he's like, I'm going to have to, sort of be Switzerland here, but in so many words.
I am Switzerland when it comes to Leroy Street.
Because he didn't want, Kirk to go too crazy on Trenni and have it get that out of control.
A sign they like Trenni. They want to keep Trenni. They don't want to drive her off.
They respect her, and I thought. Right. I mean, there will come a time, as with all of us, that we'll leave with Kirk standing by himself.
It's the Kirk Minahan Show.
I thought today went very well. We had a couple different topics. We had a lot of opinions on them, and the emotion and the energy has always been based around the ESPN comments towards Boston.
Perhaps also a gift from the heavens for Trenni was a major, possibly false, but yet major President-elect Trump story regarding
It's a disgrace what took place.
Russian intel and CNN breaking this yesterday. And, of course, we were scrambling bigly behind the scenes to find out what we could and could not say on the air. And I'm pretty sure we had several violations in segment number one before we got our P's and Q's in order.
He'll just go in and watch a bunch of hookers piss on each other?
No.
Well, my brain works in accordance with episodes of The Office.
Yes.
So when this story broke, I immediately thought of a perfect time to play Michael Scott from the episode The Baby Shower, where he throws a shower for Jan. He walks into the room and he says,
"We all came into this room and gave you a golden shower. Well, you know what? Where's my golden shower?"
It's a great line, and I'm thinking, perfect. I could already hear it in the open.
In fact, you called John Krasinski before the show because you are such personal friends.
I call him JK.
Chris, first of all, put your pants on.
You guys shared a laugh.
We shared a laugh. Trying to think of something funny, comical that we can sort of share a laugh about. He said to put my pants on. I said, not yet. I haven't peed on you. And I was just jacked for the show. Walked in. We talked about the open. I was like, I got to have it. He said, yep. And we're into the first segment. And like 6 minutes in, Captain Zarbano's...
Oh, the phones were blowing up.
Blowing up the hotline.
Engaged in golden showers, which Newsweek describes as a sex act involving urine, which I guess is accurate.
I can't even think about it. It makes me nauseous.
Texting away, sending us the FCC rules. Cannot say golden shower. It wasn't a golden first segment according to the FCC, according to our boss. But my question is, and that's fine, whatever, but...
Not okay.
The Office is on NBC. Mm-hmm. That episode aired on NBC. So he said, where is my golden shower?
Right. Willy Wonka, golden ticket promotional idea.
We moved on. We actually got a lot of text ideas for other ways to name it.
Do the do, golden arches, tinkle sprinkle.
The Midas touch.
No Cleveland steamer. We can't do any of the,
Trenni is in Reamer territory with these comments now.
Oh, that I've done.
There's a name for that, right? Isn't there like a gross Urban Dictionary name for that?
Talking about defecating on someone and what the other word for it
Why is it that Trenni and Reamer, of all our visitors, even our hosts, are the most frequently dumped? No pun intended.
That was a dump. I don't know. It's crazy. You and I looked at each other. We both immediately were like, geez, Trenni and Reamer now, with just blatantly obvious comments that can't go over the radio. But made for a funny moment.
I've always said better to say whoa than sick 'em,
Ooh. You live by that creed, and I think it's worked for you.
My favorite part of the show today was the ex-Hooters waitress from, was she from Columbia?
Catherine. Yes.
Catherine with a C.
Yes.
Who was a guest for, she may as well have been a special guest. She may as well have been Michael Lombardi on Patriots Friday.
Michael Lombardi.
Mike, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Things perked up quite a bit.
You have a massive erection.
6 to midnight.
Swing!
With Catherine on the line.
Is Hooters a good place to work or no?
It was fun.
Do you get to keep the shorts when you quit?
I did. I kept all of them.
Ooh. all of them, so you have multiple pairs of orange shorts.
Absolutely, yes.
Trenni had a look. I got the peeker on from Trenni as well. Like, oh, are we really going to have her on?
Did Trenni talk more in that conversation or when Prez was on? I don't know.
Yeah, she sort of disappeared without Prez. Huh?
Yeah.
That's true. I liked Portnoy. Portnoy was excellent today. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to get from Dave in terms of energy or whether he's going to go all in. It's not his medium. He is, after all, Dave Page views. Yeah. Davey Page views.
Well, that was interesting yesterday. So we all, you reached out to me, and then we were talking about whether or not we want to do Dave today.
He was going back and forth with Brand X.
Grow up.
Right. And we had a group, the Band of Four were all included, and we all said, let's do it. And I didn't want to really promote it because he had already been scheduled on with the Midday across the street. And I know how those morning guys work. They can be douches.
Oh, Fred's a dick.
They can be dicks.
Yeah, I am.
They can steal guests from other shows on that station.
Much respect to them.
I knew if we started actively promoting it on social media last night, they probably would have maybe tried to push him into the morning from the Midday.
Oh.
So we sort of played it safe. I asked Dave last night, I said, we want to promote it tonight. Would you just let us know that we're going to be the first tomorrow? No big deal. And he said, well, you'll be the first, but I make no promises.
You look beautiful, baby. Don't settle.
Yeah.
So I was nervous about what type of Portnoy we would get today, but he was great.
If someone tripped him and he fell down and he broke his arm, I'd laugh. I'd be like, ah, ha, ha.
Right, sure.
I'm glad that happened. I would not be the tripper. I don't condone murder. It's nice to do it. I cross the line. I do condone spitting on him. I think you can spit on him fairly.
He played along. He had a couple great lines about Hitler and Goodell, and
we're responding to him. That's like, Hitler killed a bazillion Jews, and he goes to Israel. It may not be a great spot for him.
Excellent. That's an excellent point, Dave. Excellent point.
Very good analogy. What do you?
I don't think that's a stretch.
No, I don't.
And I thought it was a very good 8-minute hit. It was very, very good.
It was El Prez as he is intended to be. Brand X at the same time had Rochi on, so I'm not sure we're going to win that quarter hour.
A dark day for Red Sox fans.
Because of the Trump golden shower overnight news at 6 a.m., which I thought was great, although we were scrambling behind the scenes, we didn't get around to Trenni defending her take on Boston and race until 6:30. She was first presented with the Turtle Boy battle, and they later got back into that at 9 o'clock. Turtle Boy called in, and that's when we really got down to the Skippy Gates side of the story.
When you ask him to step outside, he goes, I'll step outside when your mama gets here.
I'm sorry, would you like to do that again in a derogatory manner using the voice of how you think of an African-American speaks?
How do you say that respectfully?
No, you can't just say it in your own voice. You have to use it in an imitation of how you feel an African-American speaks.
No, okay, how about this? Yo, mama. Is that white enough for you? Like, what do you want me to say?
Taking the brunt of it today actually was not Trenni. It was our own John Tomase from the .com.
I didn't hear Tomase's comments last night live. I heard them on the show this morning.
Mm-hmm. I'm a P1 to the Mutt and Tomase show, so I'd heard it live.
As well you should be.
The more you say and the more you yell about it, the more you just reinforce the stereotype.
I just don't get it. Like, I remember literally where I was. I got the paper on 128. It was 2008. Was driving into the Schrafts building in Charlestown working for 890 ESPN.
You got the paper on 128?
I had to fill up my gas, got the
Cumbies.
Got the Cumbies, got the paper. Front page, the Herald apologizes to the Patriots. I'm listening to Dennis and Callahan. And callers are, it was as bad as it's ever been, I think, for any writer. Deserved because he was wrong.
You are fake news.
For John Tomase at that time. And Jerry sat there and defended him that entire show, and for days had his back in the toughest time.
Tough times don't last, and tough people do.
I mean, literally, there were pitchforks outside of Tomase's house.
Because Tomase is a cockroach.
Boston.
And I wasn't here at that time, was Jerry's Herald connection a factor?
I'm sure it was, but he didn't. Jerry doesn't defend everybody at the Herald.
True.
No matter what, I mean, you didn't have to be
the credibility
vocal.
of the paper was at stake, though. He is, you got to say, predisposed to defending the Herald, so...
In that time, I don't think everybody at the Herald was doing near what Jerry was doing on that platform to defend Tomase. He could have very easily just said, "Yep, he's wrong. We apologize,"
and kind of shamed him as like it's Tomase's fault, not the Herald.
It's he wasn't the editor. He
Gotcha. Okay.
And Jerry's loyal. He is to a fault at times, but he's incredibly loyal. And I hear the audio today, and he just takes a pot shot at the show.
And for him to pass some blame and talk about some history.
You're talking about the references, the veiled references.
The veiled references that Tomase made. We don't have to get into them, but you heard it this morning. And it's so weak and lazy. He calls us lazy for how we are, calling out these writers and that, we should just let the story go because it's putting kerosene on the fire by introducing this topic.
The more you say you're not racist, the more you sound like you're racist.
No, we're exposing poor journalism. We're exposing liars, people who falsify stories. The irony there.
Kettle, say hello to the pot.
And you have Tomase getting pissed at us.
I'm sick of that load. I don't ever want to hear from him again, frankly. I don't. I do not. I hate him. I hate his guts. I'm with the rest of New England.
I love you, Tomase.
With the rest of New England. That's not. I don't hate him for the reasons that everyone else does. I hate him for my own reason because he thinks he's better than we are. I hate when people play that goddamn card. It makes me sick. Tomase makes me physically sick to my stomach. And that's it. I hate his guts. I hate him. I know
what do you think?
I know Rob's going to text me and say, "Hey, don't do that." And I'll say to Rob, "Well, you know what your asshole friggin' friend Tomase did?" Sorry, you probably have to get that, Ken. You know what Tomase did? Is he went on the air and he said, "Oh, because of history at the station." Well, he's either doing that. He's either knocking our history, which is not true, or he's praising Michael Felger. This is what your employee's doing, Rob. Why don't you get your ass in gear? And keep an eye on it?
I love Felger.
Jesus, shut up. Go make something up.
Can we ease off the accelerator just a little bit?
Are we going to talk about people's history at the station? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, sure.
We could get Tomase in here.
What time's the Patriots walkthrough before the Texans game on Saturday?
Kirk v. Tomase. That's at the 9 o'clock segment today. And it was worth a listen. We had a little bit of it. We had a tease of it at like 6:45, but Kirk has finally gone over
and
the edge with John.
I don't think that frustration or anger is going to dissipate anytime soon.
Otherwise, today we had... anticipation for Trump's speech today. Will he take questions? I guess he's actually going to be at the podium here very shortly, a news conference with
the
president.
He has to take questions, yeah.
Jerry Farrell sprinted out of here. It might have been to meet Catherine. It might have not been. I'm not sure.
I heard him quietly down the hallway saying, "Bring the pink shorts."
Absolutely not.
Is that extra in the champagne room at Hooters?
That's not right. That's not
No
right.
champagne room at Hooters, no.
Catherine, you're a good sport. I like you.
Catherine, you could call anytime.
I like her too.
Anytime, Catherine.
Thank you, Kath.
But Jerry was ensuring that he got home in time.
He's
to be in the.
I think he's getting
Boy.
a police escort right now to his lovely town in the mansion in the north suburb.
I got a feeling these next couple of days, thanks to the gift of Trump to journalism, in terms of talkers, we're going to have quite a few days of Trump reaction.
Well, what I think
Not you.
Our good friend Candyman, Christian Arcand, will
Oh,
be
the
in tomorrow.
Candyman, yeah.
So here's an opportunity for Christian to take advantage of Trump looking weak.
I just thought of this because Callahan mentioned this in the office. Tomorrow, big day for birthdays. Howard Stern and Rush Limbaugh.
Right.
Today, another radio titan, Christian the Candyman Arcand.
I'm the Candyman.
Birthdays today.
Oh, that's right. He may be out.
So he's
drinking
one
heavily.
day. He's always been close to being a radio star. So he's one day short. But so he's going out tonight. He said he's going to get shit faced.
We were going to do the birthday game tomorrow. Should we have not given away the big radio celebrity birthdays tomorrow?
Bleep out what I just said.
Okay. Last but not least, I should not forget the gift that keeps on giving, Amin El Hassan, with yet another. Today, this was actually old audio, right? This is not yesterday, but he's got a history of trashing the city of Boston.
Say, it's terrible. He's not Amin El Hassan, right? He's not going to tell the people the truth about Boston being a trash city that nobody wants to go to.
Hashtag hate hard.
So he's going to say the nice thing. He's going to be the nice guy because, again, what's the moral of the story? People in Boston buy sneakers, too.
This was when Durant was rumored to be considering the Celtics as one of the 2 or 3 teams he would go to when he was a free agent. So he was saying that he knows what Durant was thinking, that he couldn't say that Boston was a trash town, but it is. So that was a good find by Aaron, and just put it on the pile of ESPN horseshit.
A lot of hate.
Hashtag.
A lot of hashtags and a lot of hate.
Hashtag hate hard.
What an idiot.
It's no hashtag I know Claude.
Hashtag I know Claude.
Big win by the Bees.
Yes, it was. It was a Boston sports doubleheader last night. I'm not sure if you're aware.
Really was.
Not a clean sweep, though, so 1-1. Celtics blew it.
Yeah, IT. When did we start calling Isaiah Thomas IT? I keep hearing that.
That's been going for a while. Christian Arcand did a show on it last year. What should we call IT?
Maybe we can revisit that
tomorrow
tomorrow
morning. It was a nickname show, yeah. All right, so Candyman tomorrow, and then Muttman is coming in Friday. So we'll
the Muttman back in Friday.
Finish with our night guys.
They find different ways to lose every night.
Dinner tonight?
Dinner tonight, I'm doing a chicken parm calzone.
Ooh.
I have the chicken parm already made.
Difference between a calzone and a stromboli?
I honestly don't know. I think a stromboli is a little thinner. Calzone's got more puff in it.
Can you put chicken parm in either?
So, yeah, I think so. Well, I've never heard of a chicken parm stromboli. I've heard of a meatball stromboli. I've never heard of a chicken parm stromboli, but that could very well be out there somewhere.
But you're not Italian.
I'm half Italian.
All right.
Italian for loser.
Yeah, my mom's Maria Silvestro. So
good for you.
Good for him.
So I've got the pizza dough rising this morning. Took it out of the fridge, and then you roll that out, and then you put some tomato sauce, the chicken parm, a little bit.
Was it a Silvestro family recipe?
The tomato sauce is Silvestro family recipe.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
My
Sicily?
my great grandfather came in from Sicily, and they lived in the North End in the 50s and 60s.
Picture it. Sicily, 1922.
Then you fold it back over, put some holes in it, put a little egg wash on, then you bake it for about 30 minutes. Comes out great.
Have you ever been to Sicily?
I have. I've been all over Italy. I went to Tuscany, Sicily, Naples.
Family there still?
No. Well,
none?
Maybe, but none that I know. My 2 generations have passed.
Cooking with Curtis, as always, finishing out the real KNC. Still no tunnel vision. Tomorrow, though, enough about me. Kirk v. John Ziegler, a must listen.
It's going to be great. We heard some of it. I know we mentioned that on the podcast yesterday. I really enjoy trying to expose these psychos.
I'd rather be crazy and smart as opposed to stupid and not crazy.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Take care.